the math subject. And today we are going to complete worksheet 3, which deals with arithmetic with polynomials, meaning we're going to be adding like terms. So we always start with a warm-up. Let's do this fun little warm-up. So it says the prerequisite skill is collecting like terms. So like terms, first of all, let's go over what like terms. That's a horrible. Clearly, I am not at school and I am at home with my X pen thing. Like terms, so my handwriting will take a little bit. Like terms have the same variable. And then the most important thing is to the same exponent. And I should say variable or variables to the same exponent. So first thing we look for are like variables. So these all have t's, but are they like terms? No, they're not all like terms because this is t to the first. This is t to the third. And this is t to the first also. And then this doesn't even have a variable. So the like terms are going to be these two because they're t to the first. And when you have like terms, so these are like terms, we combine their coefficients. Like terms, and we're going to combine their coefficients. So the coefficient is 3 and 6. So this is going to give me 9t, and then negative 4t to the third, and then plus 2. Now, important thing, write in standard form. So standard form, whoa, didn't mean to do that, sorry. What? Standard form. So standard form is in alphabetical order. Alphabetical order, and then if they have the same letter, which these do, we do big. I stop it with this clicking. Sorry, it's this pen. Alpha order, and then biggest exponent. So you do alpha, and then if they have the same letter, like in these, we do with the larger exponent. So that is t to the third. Coefficient has nothing to do with it. And so this would be our answer. Negative 4t to the third plus 9t plus 2. All right, so now let's move through this relatively quickly. Like term, no. Like term, no. Like term, yes. These. So we're going to combine their coefficients. Negative 7 and positive 1 gives us negative 6x to the second. Minus 7x plus 2xy. Now, when you have like variables to the first degree, these are not like, excuse me, when you have terms with the same, so what order do I put it? Well, you're going to do x to the second because x to the second is your largest. Now you have x here, and this is going to have the bigger, because if you add the exponents, that's a second degree monomial, second degree. So because you add the 1 and the 1. So that would technically come first. Let's see what they say, if that's what it is. Let's look at the answers. No, they didn't. Okay, so that's so funny because that's how I would like to do it too. But I think that this is wrong. I think this needs to be first because of the some of them. So I'm going to put it in this order. It's such a weird one, but that's how I'm going to do it. Like terms, yes. And then 4x to the seventh. These are like terms, so we'll combine their coefficients, plus 3x. And x to the 7th is going to come before x to the 1st. Write your answers in standard form. Okay, so now we're starting with the worksheet. So we're combining polynomials. This is a trinomial plus a binomial. An addition sign, we would distribute that in there, and it's not going to change anything. So all we're doing is combining like terms at this point. We don't really have to rewrite it. Some students would rewrite it as 2k squared minus 3k plus 5 plus 7k squared minus 9. They would write it out without the parentheses, and then you see you have like terms, you have like constants, and you're going to combine those coefficients. 9k squared minus 3k minus 4. So we're writing that in standard form. We're combining like terms, and that would be our answer. Again, it's addition, so I can just look to combine. I don't really need to do much here. 3x to the 5th. I'm looking for a pair in the other, and that's going to be plus 4x to the 3rd. This also has a pair, and that's going to be plus 5x squared. And we want to just make sure that it's in descending order. We want to make sure that those are like terms. Again, addition. So I'm going to go, we're all y's, so y to the 9th doesn't have a pair. 8y to the 5th doesn't have a pair. We have plus 6y to the 3rd doesn't have a pair. Plus 7y. And then the only thing that has a like term is going to be the constants. So that's my answer. Descending order, we're good. Again, this is addition, so we're just going to combine those. That's going to be 4.2t squared. These have like terms. That's going to be, so that is 2/4. So that's negative 5/4 t. I'm not going to turn that to a mixed number because I like improper fractions. And that's going to be negative 28. And that's interesting. We got decimals, we got fractions. I don't know. Some people would want to maybe write it all in decimal or all in fraction form, not 9, 28. Maybe that's what you would want to do. I don't know. Now we're subtracting. So here we do have to, because there's an invisible negative 1, so we have to distribute that out. So that's 3x to the 6th plus 7x to the 4th plus 8 minus 5x to the 6th minus 2x to the 4th plus 2. And I would write that out just because I like seeing with my eyes. Minus 2x to the 6th. That's going to be plus 5x to the 4th. And then you have plus 10. Yeah, because it takes 2 seconds, you know. So distributing out that negative, we're going to change all of those. 15t squared plus 6t minus 9 minus 8t squared plus 2t minus 11. So like terms, and that's going to be 7t squared. These are like plus 8t and then minus 20. Minus again. So we're distributing that 7.6r. Some people will do this too, 7.6r, and then they'll write this part, minus 12.6r minus 9r squared. That's minus 3r squared plus 17 and then plus 2. So they write it in order, or at least pair it up. I don't know. That's going to be negative 5r. That's going to be negative 12r squared. That's going to be plus 19, and then let's write it in standard form. And that would be our answer. 62k squared minus 50k squared minus 3k minus 2k plus 9 minus 7. And that's going to be 12k squared minus 5k plus 2. So it could be that fast. That's the nice thing. Now this is multiplication. We better notice that this is multiplication. And we're going to use FOIL, first, outer, inner, last. It's like a double distribution. We're going to distribute this into both of these terms. And then we're going to distribute this into both of the terms. So it's as if we're distributing and we don't see this. It's kind of like this. Let me show you. Sort of like when you see 2t distributed into that, and then you would see 7 distributed into both of those. So that's how I like to demonstrate it. So we have 2t times 8t plus 2t times negative 5. And now we're going to distribute the 7 into both of those terms, and 7 into that. So 16t squared, coefficients, 2 times 8 is 16, t times t is t squared, negative 10t plus 56t minus 35. Now we have some like terms here. Our inside and out, or outer and inner, are like terms. So we will combine those, and that'll give us plus 46t minus 35. And that's multiplying binomials. Now this is a monomial times a trinomial, so we just distribute that into that. And again, we're multiplying 1.5x times 2x squared plus 1.5x times negative 5x. That negative is attached to the 5. Not this. I don't want to see a negative there. This is a positive 1.5x. It should be a positive 1.5x. And then we'll multiply it by 7. So that is going to be 3x squared. This is going to be minus 7.5x. Oh, excuse me, that's to the third, Mr. Mac. To the third, x times x squared is x to the third, x times x is x squared, and then plus, what's that, 10.5 x? It doesn't look like a very good 10.5. 10.5 x. Yep, that's good. Those are not like terms, so we distributed that. This is a good one. So yeah, there's different ways. We can look at this as a 3. We're distributing. We're going to distribute this. And then we're going to distribute this. And pretty simple. Let's write it. 1.6 y to the 5th times 2y plus 1.6 y to the 5th times 5 plus 3y squared times 2y plus 3y squared times 5 and minus y times 2y and minus y times 5. What's that? Doubled is 3.2 y to the 6th, y to the 5th times. This is going to be, what's that, 60, 70, 80, 8 y to the 5th. This is plus 6y to the 3rd. That's plus 15y squared. This is minus 2y squared, and that's minus 5y. Now we look to see, do we have any? Let's make sure we did this correctly. So that's y to the 6th, y to the 5th. That's y to the 3rd, y to the second, y to the second. Let's make sure we distributed. Yep, good. So there's only two like terms. That's interesting. So 3.2y to the sixth plus 8y to the fifth plus 6y to the third plus 13y squared minus 5y. Okay. Let's see if that's correct. 3.2 minus 17. Oh, what did I do wrong? Where's minus 17? That's not minus 17. Yeah, you know, they make mistakes quite a bit in this answer key. I'm pretty sure I did that correct. 15, that's a positive 15. Why would you have a minus? That's definitely minus 5y. I think that's incorrect. Yeah, that's not negative 17. They're incorrect. Minus 5y. Yep, that's my answer is correct. Theirs is wrong. Come on, academic decathlon. All right, we've got multiplication here, and then we have addition. So we're not going to add this. We have to distribute this to both of the terms. So 5.6x times 3x plus 5.6x times negative 2 plus 1.8x to the second. That's when we put it in there. What's that? That's 16.8x squared. And this is negative 11.2x plus 1.8x squared. Let's combine like terms. And that's going to be 8 and 8 is 16. 18.6x squared minus 11.2x. Is that the right answer? Yep. Good. Okay. So as we saw, those are the answers to all of the problems. I'm going to say that this is wrong. I'm pretty sure it needs to be plus 15y squared. No, 12. No, 13, sorry. 13y squared. So, good luck. Hopefully you understand this. Have fun with it.